it's a bright midday welcome to Wembley Stadium and to World of Sports Cup final special, with Wembley Stadium looking as perfect a setting as ever for soccer's big day of the year. Although I must say, reading the newspapers this morning, Southampton players have criticised the state of the pitch. But I talked to the head groundsman this morning, Don Gallagher, and he said that he's given the grass another cut. He's taken 3/4 of an inch off it. He says there are some brown patches around on that pitch, but that is due to the heavy frost that we've been having at this time of the year, unusually so, and the northeast wind that's been blowing in over the top of the roof here. But I suspect that when the players come back here to look at that pitch again, they'll be perfectly satisfied, and they'll be concerned more with the game than with the state of the pitch. Well, the stadium empty at the moment, except for the stadium staff who are just putting the final gloss to the scene. In an hour's time from now, the gates will be open, and in less than 3 hours from now, the crescendo of sound will be almost unbelievable. Well, it could be the noisiest cup final ever. Manchester United with their enormous support against second division Southampton. And one wonders whether United will justify their favouritism and find that goal-scoring power that's thrilled us all season.
Hill touching it on. Daly forward once again for Manchester United. Hill is waiting too. Will he try a shot now? He does, and what a goal! A beautiful team goal.
Will it be the day of the underdog, and will Southampton, without form on their side, conjure up the kind of vital goal that they produced against Crystal Palace in the semi-final?
Shannon nodding it back for Gilchrist. Osgood. Gilchrist. Hit well. Goal!
Well, the answering of those questions could provide us with the most entertaining final. But one other thing we have to take into consideration is the enormous following that Manchester United enjoys. No club can boast such loyal support, and the invasion from the north has been as impressive as was expected. I came into Wembley last night. There were hundreds around the stadium then from Manchester, and Wembley is already besieged with thousands now around the stadium, many of them having not an earthly chance of getting in, and no doubt they'll be bellowing their support from outside the ground if need be. On the other hand, Southampton's fans have been less than emotional, although there was a personal plea from their manager, Laurie McMenemy, and they responded magnificently in the semi-final.
Southampton are through to the final. All the Southampton players have gone down there to salute the Southampton supporters. There are a few tears there, I would have thought, in the eyes of Laurie McMenemy.
Well, good afternoon to you. I think we also should say we have cameras with both cup final teams in the heart of the country. One of them is at St Albans, where Manchester United have been staying at Sopwell House, a tranquil setting where they'll have put aside, one hopes, the tensions of the past few days, recommended to them incidentally by Bill Shankly, because it was here that Liverpool stayed when they beat Newcastle in the final just 2 years ago. Then we come to some 45 miles to the south in Surrey, the Selsdon Park Hotel, where Southampton have been staying, close to Croydon, but it's a pretty rural atmosphere, right next to a golf course. Southampton, the underdogs, but no doubt they'll be reminded that this is where Sunderland stayed when they caused one of the biggest upsets in years, as Dickie said, in 1973, when they beat Leeds United. Well, let's meet the cup final managers. Let's go, first of all, back to St Albans to meet Tommy Docherty. Good morning, Tom.
Morning, Brian.
Do you feel like a winner today?
Yeah, I always feel like a winner, Brian. It doesn't really bother me. We've had a fantastic season, and we're all looking forward to the game very much.
What's the mood of your men like today?
The same as it was before we played Derby.
Which is pretty good.
Great, terrific.
I gather they went to bed a bit early, something like 9:30. They didn't see who'll win the cup last night on ITV, where 3 of the 4 experts tipped Southampton.
Well, you know, we heard about it. Our lads just go to bed when they feel like it, and, you know, it's only a matter of opinion who the experts are. You know, that's as simple as that.
Do you get any uneasy feelings that it might be a day for the underdog today?
It's always the day for the underdog. Every time they play, they have absolutely nothing to lose. We haven't made ourselves favourites. Our form has probably done that, and Southampton have got a lot of skill, and they're a very good side, and have just missed out on promotion, and we're very aware of what can happen in a cup final. But, you know, we got 2 penalties against Oxford, which were never penalty kicks, in the first game of the cup, and we've felt ever since then that we could go all the way.
Tommy, let's go across to Croydon for a moment. Are you hearing us, Laurie?
Yeah, very well. There's an aeroplane going over. I can just hear you, Brian.
Pardon?
I can just hear you above an aeroplane going over.
Ah, well, let's hope that's gone.
I think it's Southampton supporters just flying in.
I gather you saw that programme last night. Were the boys G'd up by the fact that 3 out of 4 plumped for Southampton?
I think it was very nice to hear it, but I don't think it matters, as Tom said. I've been on these panels before, and I think that a bit of it's tongue-in-cheek at times because the game today is very unpredictable. I'm more worried about Tommy. Looks a bit tense.
Well, 3 times the trottler, I'm getting a bit used to it. It's a bit embarrassing getting to Wembley.
Laurie, I remember you telling me at Stamford Bridge before the semi-final that you felt that it was your day. Do you have any of those feelings today?
Yeah, I think what's more important, I think the players have, Brian, they feel like winners. This week's gone very well indeed. I think up to the final, it matters how the manager feels and what sort of mood he can get them in. But for the final, I think he looks to see what the players are going to give him, and they've given me tremendous pleasure this week, and they've reacted as I would hope they would, and they all feel like winners. It's smashing, and they're all happy.
Laurie, you're going to be meeting Tommy in the tunnel in a couple of 3 hours' time. Is there anything you'd just like to say to him now before you go?
Yeah, I'll be the tall one, and I've got a navy suit on, Tom. And I'll be at the front, and I've got somebody here. You kind of see him there, I don't think. But
what's that, Laurie?
I don't know. I'm not very superstitious, but it was in my pocket this morning. I'm going to call it Jackie, because he's watching, isn't he, Jackie?
Jackie Charlton's
I couldn't get a kangaroo, so I got a black cat. But no, it's Don Reevy and Jack Charlton and Kevin Keegan, nice people, and they're not superstitious, I know. But no, I'll leave him behind, Tom, but I'll just be pleased to see you there.
They both seem very relaxed indeed. That's the first insight of the day we've had from the two camps, but we should be going back to those camps soon after 1 o'clock as the teams board the coach and start the journey to Wembley. Let's go back now to Dickie Davies.
Welcome back to Wembley Stadium and to World of Sports Cup Final special here. We've got about 45 minutes before we see the crowd coming in on the terraces, but outside I can hear the noise. It's building up in quality and quantity, as it were. And there you see a mass of Manchester United supporters, red and white for Manchester United. And today, of course, it's going to be yellow for Southampton. They're waiting to come in at the far end. The Manchester United end is the one right behind me under the scoreboard. And there are plenty of Southampton fans too. The ticket touts say that tickets are going through the roof. The prices are. They're getting as much as £90, I gather, for £8 tickets. But we'll see how it goes closer to kick-off time. Well, now we can join Brian Moore and have a look at the superstars and the super goals that have brought the two clubs here to Wembley.
Well, now, as Dickie says, it's time for some fast-moving cup tie action with It's Goals That Count. Some of the breathtaking moments in this season of cup football, and we start with Manchester United, who began in the third round against Oxford United. It needed 2 penalties that day to get Manchester United on the move. In the fourth round, Manchester United's road to Wembley continued with a highly entertaining game against third division Peterborough at Old Trafford. Macari over his head, nodded away there by Robson, but not very far. Here's Daly to Forsyth. Great shot, deflection. Oh, goal! 1-0 to United. Peterborough coming well, although United still having much more of the play. And here's Stuart Pearson for them now, on for Gordon Hill. Oh, he's gone past that one, looking up. Oh, a lovely little chip to McElroy. 2-0. A beautiful goal. Peter Eustace now for Peterborough. Oh, a slip there by Greenoff, and Cousins is through. He's putting past Stepney. Koppel with the call. Flicked in first time for Forsyth. Back to Gordon Hill. Oh, a wonderful goal! A wonderful goal by Hill. 3-1 to United. In the fifth round, Manchester United showed their true class with a visit to First Division Leicester. It ended in a 2-1 win. Pearson. Oh, it's Rofe. The ball wasn't there. Coco. Going well. And Macari's in for the goal. Macari scores it. Koppel skating away and was pushed. Daly to knock it in again. And that's Daly now with number 2. It had to come. Taylor satisfied. Weller is not. Worthington tries it. And a little touch then from Bob Lee. Then came 2 magnificent matches against Wolves. At Old Trafford it finished in a 1-1 draw.
Wolves free kick, and it's at moments like this that they must seek to turn possession into something if they're to come out of this cup tie. And now Kindon turned across and in. Richards. Little flick by Koppel didn't quite work. Jerry Daly. And Daly makes making a good break on the return and scoring a tremendous goal.
Then came the replay. They called it the cup tie of the 70s, a brilliant comeback to beat Wolves at Molineux.
Good dummy run by Gould. Lets the ball go to Carr. Now Munro. And again on the left side, Park in. Kindon challenging. Got there! Why goal? Steve Kindon! Carr. Gould starts his run down the right. Picks up a good ball. On for Kindon. Greenough at his back. For John Richards. Made good space. 2-0. John Richards. Comes down for Greenough. McElroy. And there it is. Yes. Pearson. Couple. Again going against Parker. Couple away from Parking, got his cross in, and it's there now. Greenough has the equaliser. At a wide angle, Jerry Daly lifting it in. Munro out, and Jerry Daly, and nobody challenged him. Pearson. That'll do. There is McElroy. 3-2.
The last step to Wembley was the semi-final at Hillsborough, and again Manchester United showed superb attacking form to beat Derby 2-0. Now Todd making another of those surging runs for Derby County, but here come United again. Greenough, a long searching pass. Hill touching it on. Daly forward once again for Manchester United. Hill is waiting too. Will he try a shot now? He does, and what a goal! A beautiful team goal, one end of the field to the other, beating Derby and Moseley to the wide. So free kick then for Manchester United. Hill with it, it took a deflection, a goal though, 2-0.
Manchester United at their very best, but to most of us they are men who play in red shirts and we only really see them at a distance. But this is where we tell you a little more about them as men. It's soccer superstars and our guide inside the Manchester United camp this year, Lou Macari.
Alex Stepney, he's football crazy really. He organises all the quizzes concerning football. And if you ask him who won the Football Combination League in 1938 or 1940, he could probably tell you. His whole life really is geared to football, and I think it's because of the success he's had at Manchester United. You go into his house and it's full of Manchester United photographs of European Cup final and English Cup. And his two boys are tremendous followers of the club. They go everywhere, John and Paul. Alex is tremendous personality. If he's in your company at any time, he's never gloomy or dull. He's the fun life and soul of the party, really. Alex Forsyth, like most of the team from Scotland, we have tremendous difficulty understanding what he's saying. The only people who can understand him are the greyhounds that he keeps. He's got a language of his own with the dogs. He takes us along to the dogs every now and again when he thinks they're going to win. But whenever we go, they seem to get beat. Except the night that we went and he told us it wouldn't win. It was the first time it was running. And it won at 33-1. So really he's the most unpopular fella in the club. But in saying that, he's a nice guy, you know. I'm only joking when I say he's unpopular. Alex's nickname is Bruce, as you know, Bruce Forsyth. Stuart Houston, he's my little boy's hero. I told my little boy, we call him the $6 million man, Steve Austin, because of the way he runs with a big stride. Whenever my little boy sees him, he thinks it really is Steve Austin. So in our family, Stuart Houston's a big hit. Jerry Daly, typical Irishman. Everything that people say about Irishmen applies to Jerry Daly. He would challenge anybody at anything, whether he was good at it or not. If you say to him, I want you to play Alec Higgins at snooker, which Jerry thinks he's good at, he'll play him, and he'll bet you a fiver. There's always got to be a bet with Jerry, and he always bets him with me. He played against Higgins once, and got 50 at the start, and he just got beat. And he thought, well, next time I'll beat him. So he played him again. I took another fiver off him. But that is Jerry. Jerry spends most of his days at the Potters Club, playing snooker. If anybody walked in, he'd challenge him. And it's got to be for money, it's got to be a couple of quid. The way a footballer lives and looks after himself, Jerry does the very opposite and makes a mockery of the whole thing. There again, he's got limitless stamina. So you can't say that what he does is wrong. He eats the wrong kind of food. Jerry eats chips before the match. Well, he would eat chips before the match if he could, and he always has an orange juice every week. Before the match, he orders an orange juice, and that really gets the lads in hysterics. He doesn't like to go to his bed. He smokes. He'll have an occasional drink, but it doesn't seem to show any effect on him. He could run and run all day, Jerry, and he's really good fun. Brian Greenough, he appears to be not very confident. He's not as confident about his football as he should be. He's a better player than what he actually thinks. And off the park, we don't see much of Brian. He likes to dress nice and he likes to look after himself. He's never had so many free suits in his life, and now that the cup finals come round, it's really come up for him. He's not interested in the bonus or anything like that. It's how many suits he's getting and shoes and shirts. Brian's a Yorkshireman, and the first result he looks for every week is Barnsley. We're all worried about Queen's Park Rangers and Leeds United and Liverpool, and he's asking how Barnsley have got on. So he takes a bit of stick about that. Martin Buchan, very unpredictable. Anything you think is right, Martin thinks is wrong, and vice versa. I'm always arguing with Martin, but in a nice way, in a friendly way. He looks after himself more than any footballer I know. He eats the right food, likes to have the proper amount of sleep. When I first knew him, he used to clean his own boots. We used to go to the Scotland team, and as you know, people look after your kit, look after your boots and that. But Martin would have his own boots, polishing them every night. And a very dedicated player. You get into Martin's room on any trip and everything is spick and span, whereas the rest of the lads' rooms are just, a real mess. Everything's in the right position, and if you touched anything, he could tell you the next day that someone's touched his clothes or his shaving gear or that. But as I say, we call him Peter Perfect. Everything has got to be spot on. Most places we go, he takes his guitar with him. Not that we ask him or that, but he always seems to bring it along. Even if we go to the continent, he brings his guitar along and starts playing away. And no matter how much stick we give him, he just keeps playing. We've just brought out a new record, and on one side it's all the lads singing, and on the other side it's Martin playing the guitar. I don't want to affect the sales, but it's the worst record I've ever heard.
There's Lou and Jerry Daly, they're our midfield too. Both of them run faster than their dogs on at Bellevue.
Steve Coppell, he's really Mr. X. We see Steve once a week, not every week. He's at university, and he usually just turns up for the games. Stevie doesn't say much, but you can tell he's a clever lad, and he's sitting there taking everything in that we are saying, and he's listening. He's at university in Liverpool, and as I say, he's a very, very intelligent lad. He's probably not confident enough in us all just now because he doesn't really know us, because he only sees us once or twice a week. Possibly next season he'll say more, and he'll have more of an opinion of his own. Sammy McElroy, another Irish lad, very happy-go-lucky. No matter what you say to Sammy, he laughs, even if it's not funny. He's got a little dog that follows him about all the time, David McCreary. Wherever Sammy goes, David's at his back. And they're like glue, you can't separate them. The Irish stories that apply to Jerry Daly don't apply to Sammy. He never seems to put himself in the position where we can catch him, whereas Jerry, we're always catching Jerry Daly. He plays snooker now and again with Jerry, and it's two Irishmen on the table. You can imagine the fun that they have, and if you're there watching, you get your money's worth. Everything that doesn't happen in normal snooker games seems to happen to they two. Stuart Pearson. If I had £1 for every time I've caught him combing his hair, I'd be a millionaire. He's always in front of the mirror combing away. When the rest of us are out the bath and they're away home, he's still at the mirror. And the next morning we come in, he's still at the mirror, so we think he's been there all night. Someone told him he looked a bit like Cliff Richard, and he's never let us forget it. He likes snooker like Jerry and Sammy, and in my opinion, he's possibly a better player than Jerry. Although if I told Jerry that, it's, you know, he'd bet me a fiver again that he could beat Stuart. He's quite good at snooker, Stuart. Tremendous guy to have in the team, tremendous guy to have off the park. You know, I can't speak highly enough about Stuart. Gordon Hill, as soon as he came from Millwall, told us he was Merlin the Magician. He told us, that's Gordon. We were at Middlesbrough, and I thought of a little prank to play on him, which we carried out. I got a friend of mine in Manchester to phone him at 10:15 on the Friday night. This was before he was making his debut. And as you can imagine, Gordon was all tucked up in bed and thinking about the next day. I got this friend of mine to phone Gordon and say that Tyne Tees Television wanted him for an interview that night at 11:15, and could he come on? So we went downstairs and we stopped a taxi driver and we gave him a few quid to take Gordon to the so-called studios, which he was never going to get to. We told the taxi driver to drop him off in the middle of nowhere. That sort of, I think that introduced him to the lads, and that was a good introduction for him, I think. Merlin the Magician is what he called himself. We didn't call him that. But after Middlesbrough, when we played a little trick on him, we've called him Merlin the Mug.
Some fascinating stuff there from Lou Macari, at which point we're going to take a break, as the crowds are now streaming really hard towards Wembley. This is a new walkway at Wembley, in fact, from the Empire Way across the old car park. The gates are still not open here, but the crowds are really massing. Well, after that break, we've got some more goals as Southampton get to Wembley for the first time, and Mike Shannon talks about his teammates in the second part of Soccer Superstars. We'll be right back. We come now to our second helping of It's Goals That Count. Now we turn towards Southampton's route to the final, but first of all, we take our hats off to the team that had all the headlines right up to the semi-finals.
The shock team in the Cup this season, though, was Third Division Crystal Palace. And Malcolm Allison's men had everybody talking when they beat Leeds 1-0.
Peter Taylor's clip. It had to happen sooner or later. Taylor. There's the tall fellow again. Miraculous save by Harvey as Evans and Swindlehouse went in again.
The talking continued when Crystal Palace went to Sunderland in the 6th round and again won by a 0-0. Evans off balance. Jeffries, Holden, running it down again. Could be dangerous. Longhorn is there. Kerr is there. And somehow Hammond saved it again. Kerr back again and Wall gets it away. Longhorn with the shot. Oh, and he hit the crossbar. Kerr now will take this kick. Is this going to be a problem for Crystal Palace? It's not, because Hammond is there. And look at that for a good throw. Straight into the path of Peter Taylor. Whittle is up with him as well. Taylor taking on Bolton. Moncur getting in behind Bolton. And he needs to. He's going past Moncur as well. There's the cross coming in. Whittle to go! Alan Whittle! Whittle now turning it on for Taylor, and away goes Peter Taylor, chased by Bolton. It's still with Taylor, and still Taylor goes on. Past Clark, a right foot shot. Oh, and somehow Montgomery got there to push it over. Meanwhile, Southampton, almost unobserved, reached the 6th round where they visited 4th Division Bradford City and won 1-0. But look how close it was. So, a free kick for Southampton. Osgood with a little touch there for McCalliog, and he's back in the net. 1-0. Southampton have scored. McCalliog the man. But Bradford City still very much in this game, coming forward as much as they possibly can. And there's a great save. Oh, a great save there by Turner. Osgood chasing after this ball. Rodrigues making a very good run there on the right-hand side. A lovely little reverse pass there by Osgood. Rodrigues with a shot. Oh, and somehow that stayed out. But Bradford City still very much in this game. Still 1-0 to Southampton. Oh, and that almost went to Cook. And Turner now diving bravely at the feet. In the semi-final, Southampton came face-to-face with Crystal Palace. It was the day Malcolm Allison lost, and Southampton reached Wembley for the first time. So Jim McCalliog takes this way for Southampton. with just over a quarter of an hour to go. Shannon nodding it back for Gilchrist. Osgood. Gilchrist. Hit well. Goal! Shannon on the break. Down he goes. Penalty given. And this really is the moment where he could settle everything now for Southampton. Peach versus Hammond. 2-0.
So that puts Southampton through to Wembley for the first time in their history. And when you think about Southampton, you tend to think really, I suppose, primarily of Mike Shannon and of Peter Osgood. But they're a side filled with characters, as you'll see as we come to our second segment of Soccer Superstars. And who better to guide us through the Southampton team than Mike Shannon?
Ian Turner. Well, Ian Turner. Well, when he first came to the club, you know, we always used to take the mickey at him. We used to say, we must be the luckiest club in the world. Like, we got the two best looking players in the country, like Ian Turner and Bobby Stokes, you know. I think he's broke his nose about 50 times, you know. But that's not, you know, he's a super lad and he's done very well. Ian and his cars, I think he's smashed up about 2 since he's been here, you know, and he's not one of the best drivers. I wouldn't like to be in the, you know, going up the M1 with him or anything. Murder. No, he's a single lad. Sensible one. Don't tell the missus. No. Great. Good lad. Smashing one. Peter Rodriguez, we all call him Grandad. We often sing it to him as well, like, you know. We all rib him, we say that says he's not picking up his wages this week, he's going to go and draw his pension, you know. But great, isn't it? New lease of life, skipper. I'm pleased for him. A little bit superstitious. The last few rounds, I'm his roommate, you know, and he tells me, he says, I've got the result. He says, and I'll put the result behind the cap on behind the bar. Would be behind the bar, wouldn't it?
I've been right so far. That's the quarter-final result, and the other one is the semi-final.
David Peach. David's all right, providing the cod war's going well. he's got a fishmongery business or poultry business of some sort, you know, just outside Southampton, and he spends a fair bit of time there, obviously. And we always give him a bit of stick, like, you know, if one of the English ships gets rammed or something, you know, off Icelandic waters, we always say the cod war's not going too well, Dave. Fish would be dear. Yeah, sometimes he comes in smelling of it, you know. I change next to him, you know. But apart from that, he's all right. I can put up with that. I don't know. He doesn't sound his S's or something. Everything is shun this, and he goes, all right, shun, which the lads rib him about a bit, you know. But I think as long as the cod war's all right, Dave's all right, basically. Nick Holmes, what can I say about him? I think I've said it. That's all I can say about Nick. He's a quiet man. He never says a word. Never says a Dickie word. I thought the funniest was the interview with Brian Moore, actually, after the thing when he was led in the bath like that, you know. And Brian Moore asked him, oh, and all he said was, yeah, I need this, he said, after about 10 minutes spell, you know. But, he's a super lad. Big heart for the game. Before the semi-final, we came from Frinton back to London and stayed in a hotel in London. And Nick hadn't been sleeping too well, you know, been a bit nervous all week. And we got to the hotel about 6, and Nick took 7 sleeping pills and went to bed, led on the bed, and the gaffer phoned up and said there's a team meeting. So we all shoot down, 7 o'clock team meeting. We can't find Nick. But they only had to go and wake him up, like, and he comes down the team meeting. He got 2 matchsticks holding his eyes open, you know. It was funny, you know. Mal Blows, what can you say about Mal? It's rumoured he sews his pockets up on paydays, but I've always found him all right. He's over the moon at the moment, just had a little girl, you know, and he had a little girl and broke his nose. He's not too happy about that. Like, he got a little bit further to go to catch up with Ian. I think everyone's got, obviously got strong views, but I think Mal has probably got more so than most, and it's very hard to change his, change his views on things. But after saying that, he's done very well for us. Jim Steele, I think I could write a book on him. He's a bloody good dart player, I know that, and he's got a flat above a pub in town, and the landlord of the pub said that if the day we get to Wembley, I'll put a dartboard in the pub. So I think that's the only reason we're at Wembley this year. The other thing about him, I think that he, with his cars, I think they sell him cars without any brakes. Every time he comes in, every day he comes in, he's got a different scrape alongside his car and that, But after saying that, he sold it the other day. How he got rid of it, I'll never know. The person probably listening who's bought it off him, oh dear. It's a bad car. Paul Gilchrist, again a very, very quiet lad, scored a great goal in the semis, didn't he? He's just the opposite to Steely with the cars, where Steely wraps them up. Paul wraps them in cotton wool, and really looks after his cars. Whereas most lads buy Penthouse or the Mayflower or whatever have you. Gilly goes and buys a sports book, sports car book. We all take the mickey out of him, I would say he's bloody silly at times on the field, when he's noisy, If he has got a fault, I think that's possibly it, he says stupid things, just likes to get in an argument, But probably wouldn't be such a good player if he don't like that. Peter Osgood. I think people know more about Peter Osgood than I do. Ozzy's great though, He's a great bloke to have in the club, Some funny stories about him though, There was one story, there was a... Cannot laughing, sorry. A snake got loose from Southampton Zoo. And I don't know if you know the Dell, but there's a river that runs under the Dell, And it was rumoured that this snake had somehow got into the underground stream and got under the Dell at the club, And the story came back that the Southampton supporters had put it there to get Ozzy running. Ooh. Sorry, Oz. But, I told him, the lads told him it, and, he's great about it, It was great, he's a super bloke to have in the club, he's always ready for a joke or a laugh, with the boys. Yeah, Ozzy likes his shooting and his ferreting, and he also likes his horses, which, I like, Tend to have something in common there. All he talks about all through the year is Ascot, that's his week, Royal Ascot. Jimmy McCalliog, what can you say about Jimmy? He lives just up the road from Steely, and they spend quite a lot of time together, actually. He enjoys a game of darts. When he first came to the Dell, he arrived with a stick and a red and white spotted handkerchief over his shoulder, He'd had that many clubs. And we give him a bit of stick about that, but he's a good lad, He's very good, very confident lad, Bobby Stokes, yeah. We call him Stokesy, the rat. Another one of the best looking lads in the club, as I said earlier, we always rib him that because he hasn't got no sideboards. You lift up his hair and it comes up to there, He travels from Portsmouth every day and he can't drive, he gets on a train, And he's always there. He's there about 8 o'clock in the morning, I think, Everyone knows him. He always gets free teas at the station, I'm sure of that. Someone at British Rail will get the sack now. If ever we're late home, Bob often stops for me of a Saturday night. In the morning, he always helps me muck out the stables, And I usually shoot in one box, start mucking that one out, and Bob shoots in the other one. And then when I go around and have a look, he's buried all the muck. It takes me longer to find it than it would to muck the box out. He has a lot of mucking about, innit? But it's funny. So I have to give him the job on the barrel, He's a barrel boy, but he's a super little lad.
Super stuff there from Mick Shannon, and I'm sure you all know a little bit more about the two sets of players that we should be watching together at Wembley this afternoon.
Welcome back to Wembley Stadium. I must say there's a real bubble about the place. I can see the mass bands below me massing for their parade and their music this afternoon. The crowd outside are getting noisier and noisier, but for the moment we're going to talk now to the Footballer of the Year, the new Footballer of the Year, Kevin Keegan, one of ITV's team this afternoon. With him, of course, Brian Moore.
Well, congratulations again on that award, Kevin. What do you think the players are feeling at this moment now? They're presumably have finished their lunch, they're waiting to get on their coaches to come to Wembley. Are they very, very tense moments?
I think every player reacts differently, Brian, but I would think if they're all truthful, I would think they're feeling a little twinge of nerves. I know I kidded on and said to everybody I wasn't, but you look around the bus when you're on the way and you see players like, for instance, when we were playing, Ian Callaghan, who never shows any signs of nerves, and he's suddenly doing things you've never seen him do before. Yeah. And you wonder if they're just kidding each other along a bit. Yeah.
Don was saying last night on our Who'll Win the Cup programme that he wants his players to have a little bit of butterflies, so probably that's a good thing, isn't it?
Definitely with some players, you worry more when they're not nervous. Some players play a lot better when they do get these twinges.
A little earlier on when we were talking to Tommy Docherty and Laurie McMenemy, Tom, if anything, and Laurie remarked on it, did look a little uptight himself, didn't he?
Yeah, well, it's true to say that probably the pressure's more on the Doc than it is on Laurie McMenemy. I would think the only thing Laurie could say to all Southampton is go out and enjoy yourselves. It's Man United who've got to worry because they're expected to win by most people, and the pressure really is on them, and that's why I think Laurie did look more relaxed than the Doc, and rightly so.
Still going for Man U?
I'm still going for Man U. In my heart, I want Southampton to win, but my brain tells me different, Brian.
Lovely. Kev, we'll be coming back to you a bit later on.
But now let's hear from ITN, the newscaster today, Ivor Mills. Here's the lunchtime news.
It's Cup final day in Britain. In London, tens of thousands of soccer fans have been arriving for this afternoon's FA Cup final between Manchester United and Southampton at Wembley. In Scotland, of course, the main interest will be centred on the clash between Rangers and Hearts at Hampden Park. The betting is 3-1 that Rangers will win and complete a hat-trick. They've already won the League and the League Cup. Well, the Southampton supporters arrived at Waterloo Station this morning in good heart. Although their team last made it to Wembley 76 years ago and lost, they're confident they can beat Manchester today.
South Coast Ring.
For the invasion of their fans, the police have mounted a big security operation. More than 1,000 police will be on duty in and around the ground during the match. Bus and underground crews have already warned that if there's any violence from supporters of either Southampton or Manchester United, they'll stop work immediately.
May the 1st, 1976, the day the two teams, Manchester United and Southampton, will never forget. They've been trying to grab a little relaxation at the hotels this morning. They've had their luncheon, and now they're finally on their way to Wembley. Manchester United from the Sopwell House Hotel at St Albans, and our man there is Paul Docherty.
Okay. Alex, tell me, you were one of the first risers this morning. I can't believe that with all your experience that you were really nervous.
No, not really. I was woken up by the birds this morning, but not for... No, I'm not really worried about the game.
How do you feel about the big game?
Oh, I feel great. Why not?
Great.
Thank you.
Lou, I heard you say this morning that you had wobbles in the leg.
Not really.
What about the butterflies? Have they started yet?
No, they've started, Paul, a long time ago. They started yesterday. Right up to kick-off I'll have them then, that's them going.
They tell me you're the lad who takes a sleeping pill before he goes to bed. Did you take one last night?
I took one last night, same as usual, but it didn't work. Funny enough, I was up till about 2 o'clock thinking about the match.
Stuart, confident about this afternoon?
Of course I am. No point in going for it.
Any predictions about it?
Well, I think we'll win, that's the thing.
Sammy, how do you feel about this afternoon?
I'm very confident. I think we can win it.
Nervous yet?
No, not at all.
Tom, could you just tell me, you're a bit upset about all these predictions that Southampton are going to beat you.
Well, we're supposed to be the favourites, but when I read the critics, they're all talking about what McCalliog's going to do and all these people.
What do you think they're going to do?
Talk's cheap.
Hello, Tom. Tom, everybody says I've been listening here to ITV, they've all been saying you're looking very tense.
Who said that? Who said that?
Experts are saying it.
Who's the experts?
Well, they all predicted Southampton would win on Friday night.
Oh, the brains of Britain. I think they've got enough problems with their own without worrying about anyone else.
All the best, Tom.
Thanks, Paul.
Martin, you're the superstitious one now. I believe you've got a special omen. Some fan has sent you something special for this game?
Yeah, so it's a United supporter sent me this 4-leaf clover, Mr. Ernest Holt, which he sent to the cup final team in 1948.
And you took that down your shorts this afternoon?
Yeah, well, touch wood.
OK, all the best, Martin.
Excuse me.
Well, a tremendous atmosphere at the Manchester United Hotel, Sopwell House Manor in St Albans, and I imagine that applies to Southampton, who chose to spend their time south of the river, a journey for them of about 24 miles from the Selsdon Park Hotel, and at that hotel, our man is Martin Tyler.
Very, very glamorous send-off for Southampton here at the Selsdon Park Hotel. Southampton led out by their manager, Laurie McMenemy. Jim Clooney, his assistant, following Jimmy McCalliog, Peter Osgood, Mike Shannon. How are you feeling, Mick?
Magic.
Peter Osgood, Bobby Stokes, Hugh Fisher, Paul Gilchrist. David, did you get a good night's sleep last night?
Yeah, tremendous, yeah.
Great. Good luck, David. Paul Bennett, George Horsfall from the training staff, Nick Holmes, Ian Turner. How are you feeling, Ian?
Nervous.
Very nervous?
Not really very, but a bit butterflies, you know.
Good luck, Ian. And Peter Rodrigues as well. Peter, you've been with the lads this morning. What sort of mood have they been in?
Very relaxed. You know, that bit of television this morning has done them the world of good. I think it's just sort of relaxing a lot.
How's this morning compared to your other cup final morning 6 years ago?
A little bit different. I think we're going to win it. You know, I just think we're going to win it.
You're a one for a prophecy. What's your forecast for this afternoon?
I can't forecast it, but it's under one of my camps. I was going to put 2-2, but I've changed my mind in the last couple of hours.
A Southampton win?
Must be.
Good luck, Peter.
Thanks a lot.
Well, it's about 18 miles to Wembley from here. It'll take the coach about 45 minutes with a police escort. Southampton in very good spirits on their way to Wembley.
So now the teams are en route for the stadium, and the tension must be mounting for them, and certainly the pace is being picked up here. And with me, as you can see, Ed Stewart. I think Southampton at the moment seem to be making the biggest impact.
Yeah, I think they are. They've got the Saints are really going, aren't they?
They are.
Fantastic.
And they're at the far end, underneath the new scoreboard, and you can see there are many, many of them. On the far side, Manchester United have not answered with any kind of intensity yet, but I'm sure that's to come. Well, let's now talk to Ed about Football Crazy. What have you planned for us in this spot, Ed?
Well, we visited two schools, one in Southampton, of course, and one in Manchester, just behind Old Trafford. The school in Southampton was not too far from the Dell either.
And here we are in a very famous school in Southampton, and to tell you why it's famous, the captain of Southampton Football Club, Peter Rodrigues. Peter, why? Tell us.
Well, many years ago, this was the origin of Southampton Football Club. They had a schoolboy team which eventually went on and on and on to become now the Saints. And that's about it, really, as far as I know.
How many years ago, do you know that?
Many, 1800s, I would think, at the guess, I don't know.
Well, Peter, obviously you'd like to be playing down the road at the Dell. You'll all be playing at Wembley. They'll be feeling pretty nervous, the rest of your team, but you've had some experience there, haven't you?
Yes, I've had a little bit of experience. I've played 3 or 4 times for Wales at Wembley, also once in a cup final, so I'm really looking forward to this game in particular.
And you'll be able to calm the others down?
One would hope so. We've got a little bit of experience which will calm the young lads down, I hope anyway.
OK, well, let's see if the rest of your young supporters and fans here agree with you. Let's find out from some of the school what they think about Southampton's chances. What little saint. Yes, lovely. Well, they're all Saints here. And what do you think of Manchester United? Yes, and there's a good old Saints poster as well. A few opinions here from the local fans. Right, you first. Who's going to win the cup and why?
Well, it's going to be Saints, ain't it? Because we've got more experienced players, and Mike Shannon and Paul Rodrigues and Osgood, they all play their roles and score goals, we hope.
But don't you think the fact that Saints are in Division 2 and Manchester United in Division 1, that's going to make a difference?
Yeah, because we play slower football, and we'll slow them down so they won't be able to do anything against us.
That would be your team talk, would it?
Yeah.
Good for you. What about you? Who do you think's going to win?
Saints.
Yeah? Who's your favourite player on the Saints?
Shannon.
Shannon?
Yeah.
You like him, first of all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody likes him, don't you? You all like Mick Shannon, do you? Yeah. What? You nodded your head. Why?
Man United supporter.
A Man United? Where am I? I'm in Southampton, aren't I?
Yeah.
What's he doing here?
Support Man United.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you very popular in the school?
No. Not when I support Man United, I don't.
No?
Not when I'm not that popular.
Why do you think Manchester United are going to beat Southampton then?
It'd be very close, I think. And I don't know which one. It'd be 1 goal difference between the sides. I think Man United might come on top.
Yeah? Well, I hope you're a popular guy when you come back for the summer term. I tell you, we've got to wait. Well, it's been lovely being down here at Southampton. And we've got all sorts of posters and stuff and scarves and saints over there, and there's a little what's his name? Have you got a name for him?
No.
Nothing at all yet? What's the name of the manager here? Somebody tell me. You can stand up a minute, mate. That's it. Face over. What's the name of the manager?
Jim Montgomery. Laurie McMenemy.
Who?
Laurie McMenemy.
That's it, Laurie McMenemy. And to Laurie and all the Saints players, we want to wish them all the best of luck, don't we, OK? All right, so we'll be seeing them up Manchester in just a second, so one word to all of you from Southampton to all of them in Manchester, it's bye!
Alex Stepney and Lou Macari with us now. Alex, 68, you last played here?
Yes, fantastic.
A long time to get back.
I don't mind. It's the only one I haven't got, so I'll settle for that.
Really is important to complete the set now, is
well,
it?
it'd be magnificent if we win, yeah. Great.
You expecting a hard afternoon?
I hope not. But there again, you know, it's a job, you've got to do it.
Lou Macari, you all have seen this all before with Celtic. Is this very different or much the same?
Well, this is something similar to what I've been used to, and, you know, footballers love it. We love coming here. All our supporters here, and the only thing we've got to do now is win. We owe them something, and it's out here today, we've got to try and do it.
What about the young lads on the side? How have they been coping?
Well, they're all saying they're not nervous and that, but, you know, I've played here before, I've played in Scotland before, and I'm a bag of nerves. So I think they're kidding everyone on.
Good luck, Lou Macari and Alex Stepney.
And here are the underdogs. Southampton, also very smartly suited there. Their crowd are at the tunnel end, so maybe they won't advance too far into Manchester United territory at this moment. They're just delighted to be where they are and wondering if this is going to be the real day of their lives. Laurie McMenemy just giving a big wave to Jackie Charlton up here. Bobby Stokes there reading a telegram. Peter Rodrigues, the skipper, behind him. And Jack, we'd like to give Laurie another wave down there.
Yeah, it's great now, Laurie. I love him. True character in the game, you know.
Huh?
He's brought a lot of character to this game. There aren't many like him. I'm going out with him tonight to the talk of the town with him after the game. I hope they win the cup, but I doubt it.
Nothing new to him at all. He's been here so many times, and I think he'll enjoy it. Just saving the atmosphere.
Now Gerald Sinstad talking to Stuart Houston.
Stuart Houston, 2.5 years ago, bottom of the 4th division with Brentford. He come a long way in a short time.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not very far from here, Brentford, but it's a long way in football-wise.
Did you really believe when you were there that a day like this could ever happen for you?
Well, you always think, you always have little dreams that, you know, footballers always do. I love, you know, especially playing at Wembley, it's always a little dream, and it's come true.
And what do you think about it now you're here?
Oh, it's unbelievable. If we can't play football on here, we'll never be able to play.
And win?
Oh, I mean, to get to Wembley is a hard task. But once you're there, we've got to make sure we win it.
And what about the pitch?
I'm very pleased with it. I never came yesterday. Some of the lads will say it's a bit long, but they've trimmed it up nice, and I'm looking forward to it tremendously.
Stuart Houston, good luck.
Okay.
Well, this is the man that last night we were talking about, Peter Osgood. Alex Stott felt that he could be the match winner, and I think Don felt that with Mick Shannon, this fellow Don, Peter Osgood, could well be the match winner. Mike Shannon in the middle of that bunch there on the left of it now.
I think this is his stage, isn't it? He rises to the occasion and must have a great chance of turning it on today.
Peter's not had the best of seasons. He's been in and out.
Well, Mike Shannon looks as though he means business. He's going off towards the dressing room.
I've never seen him look so... He's really going to buzz. But I think the two teams are a great credit to football today. They look very, very smart indeed.
It does look as though he means business, doesn't he?
Can't help feeling a little bit sorry for Hughie Fisher, Brian.
Great professional who, in fact, rolled himself out of the semi-final. Takes a bit of character to do that. Let's have a word now with Mike Shannon.
Mike Shannon, you played here 14 times for England, but is this rather different?
Well, obviously, it's the most important thing to me at the moment. You know, tremendous support, great atmosphere, pitch is great.
What was all this about the pitch then yesterday?
No,
the grass was a little bit long. I mean, and they asked. I mean, it was a bit blown up out of all proportion. You know, the lads said it wasn't as good as they have seen it in the past, which is true. You know, I mean,
but it's all right now.
Oh yeah, which is it's better than we've been playing on for the last 6 months.
And what's the atmosphere been like on the coach coming?
Oh, a little bit tense and that, but I think, you know, I mean, that's a natural thing. I'm a little bit tense, and I've been here several times, you know.
And it's always a bit butterflies in the stomach here, eh?
Well, it's a bit special, isn't it? I mean, you know, it's a game and we got to win it. That's the most important thing.
Mike Shannon, good luck. Thank you very much.
Jim McCalliog, you were one of the severest critics of the pitch when you saw it yesterday. You've just had another look at it. What does it look like now?
The pitch is fabulous now. They've cut it, you know, which it wasn't happening yesterday. So the pitch is fabulous now. They've done a great job.
What was it about it yesterday that you didn't like?
Well, it was about an inch thick, but now they've took 3/4 of an inch off of it, and it's just right now.
It'll suit your style and suit those long passes.
Yes, well, no complaints with the pitch now at all.
You were telling me earlier that although people talk about Wembley's open spaces, it's a little bit narrow, long but narrow.
Yes, it's quite deceiving. It's a long pitch, but width-wise it's narrow, yeah. You can overshoot the passes a little bit.
You've been here a couple of times before. Just behind us is a goal that you scored in, I think.
Yes, I've scored 2 there, actually.
You like another one today?
Well, seeing the Saints supporters are down here, I'd like it there today, yeah, but I was thinking having it in the other end, but I'll leave it there at this end today.
Great, Jim. Thanks very much indeed.
Peter Rodrigues, cup final at Wembley for you this season is a bit of a fairy tale, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. After the end of last season, I thought I was finished, you know, but these last 8 or 9 months have been just one hell of a wow, you know, fantastic.
How much difference has it made to you suddenly to come up on the crest of the wave like this?
It's something special, you know, to hear the fans behind you, it's just something special.
But then earlier in the season, there was all this talk about no support for Southampton. Where have they all come from?
I tell you what, I've seen a few up there. I don't know where the heck they've come from. Just don't know.
A lot of red and white from Manchester there.
Yes, well, they've got some tickets somehow. I don't know how they got them, but they're going to contend with a bit of shouting up there today.
Now, what kind of game is this going to be?
I hope it's a cracker. I hope it's a cracker for everybody's sake.
I mean, the theory is that Manchester United are just going to come at you. Are you prepared for that?
Yeah, we're prepared. You know, we'll go at them as well, so I hope they're prepared.
And the forecast for the score?
No forecast. No forecast.
But a result then, maybe?
We've got to win. We've come here to win, and we hope we do.
Peter Rodrigues, good luck. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Bobby Stokes, you've been out and had a look at the pitch. How are you feeling now?
Well, I feel all right at the moment. I was a bit nervous on the way in, but now I'm here, I feel great. Tremendous.
I was travelling on the bus with you. You were a bit quiet.
Well, as I say, it's the first time I've been to Wembley, and I didn't know what preparation to make for the game, so I thought I'd just keep quiet and take it all in.
What about the Southampton supporters? So you've had a look at them. Not normally renowned for their vocal prowess.
Well, if they do as well as they did in the semis, we'll get through all right. Very good.
For you, Bobby, it's a bit of a fairy tale because you could have easily been playing third division football now with Portsmouth.
Well, I've said it before, that's all part of football. I turned the move down because I didn't think it was right. But as things have turned out, it's been a good move for me.
Enjoy it here today, Bob. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Peter Osgood. In 1970 with Chelsea, you scored in every round of the Cup, but in fact you only scored in the replay of the final, so you missed out at Wembley.
Yes, that's right. Well, the thing is, I'm going to put that right today. I've got a second chance, so you know, let's hope I put it right today.
You no doubt read the papers. You know that everybody says that you're a mood player. So what's your mood today?
My mood today? I'm in a good mood today. My game's coming good, as I said. It all depends on the first sort of 10-15 minutes. You see the way things are going to go. But I'm confident enough of myself, and I'm just looking forward to it so much.
What has Laurie McMenemy said to you that he wants from you today?
He just wants me to play. Go out and enjoy yourself and play. As simple as that.
And, sorry, you in fact ended your England career here too, didn't you?
Yes, that's right, yeah. Well, I played for Belgium, against Belgium in Brussels to start with, but then I had a game against Italy when we lost 1-0, when Italy were having a really good run, you know.
I haven't played since.
I haven't played, that was 2 years ago.
Something else to prove here.
Well, I hope so, yeah. I hope Mr. Revy's watching, you know, perhaps I'm not too old yet.
Peter Osgood, thanks very much.
Cheers, thank you.
Laurie McMenemy, sadly travelling on the bus just on the outskirts by the stadium. There seemed to be a little bit of an accident. Could you tell me about it?
Well, what happened, the police escort, who'd done a smashing job all the way, was about 20-30 yards in front, and the supporters were on either side of the bus, and a lad fell in front, and I think he'd had a few drinks. Mate, I wouldn't know, but he stumbled in front, and a corner of the bus just caught him. and we were all very upset because we had to keep going. There was even the driver. I don't think the driver realised it, you know. But we all sincerely hope that he's all right, poor lad. Yeah.
You say that everyone was upset, and certainly there were one or two shocked faces. Do you think this will have any effect on the players?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, the first thing I said, look, hey, we can't help anything like that, and but we really want to make sure that the lad is well. We know we've got a job to do, and I think getting in here, we don't forget about incidents like that. I think that's what makes them a good set of lads anyway. They will remember that, but we've got a job to do, and the theme of my sort of talk all week long has been that the Trappings had a tremendous, enjoy them and savour every minute, but don't forget at 3 o'clock we've got a job to do.
So many, I think, second division sides in the past perhaps have been satisfied just to get here, Sunderland accepted, of course. That is an achievement, but you're obviously looking for a win above that.
Yeah, we want to win it, and I mean, it can't hide now. You know, we've had a low key right through the tournament, but we've come here today, and we think we can win. We want to win, and honestly, I really feel that we can win.
Laurie, I hope you do. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks very much, Martin. Thank you.
Well, Blythe, you're obviously not lacking in support here, but I gather there's one special supporter you haven't been able to find yet.
Yeah, my missus. I'm trying to find her up there. I don't know where she's sitting.
Does she always watch you play?
Yeah, she's been a football fanatic ever since we, more or less got married, sort of thing. But before then, she wasn't.
A fan or a critic?
Both.
So you're in for a bit of stick if you don't win then?
Oh, Jesus. She reckon we're going to win 3-1, so I just got to keep my fingers crossed, sort of thing.
Now, what about Stuart Pearson, the man you're going to be up against? You played against him before?
Yeah, I've played against Stuart when I was at Palace, and when we played him in the second division at Southampton. So I don't think he's that... he's the same player as I've played against, so I don't think he's improved that much,
And he hasn't done that much against you in the past?
Well, not usually, no, but we'll see what happens today.
Be a good day to shut him out?
Yeah, great day to shut him out, yeah.
No, Brian, the best of luck to you. We'll now hand back to Brian Moore.
Thank you very much.
And in fact, we look straight at Kevin, because Kevin, you played with Mel Blythe, I think, way back, wasn't it?
Yeah, when I joined Scunthorpe as an apprentice, Mel was signed with Ron Ashman from Norwich. He's a good player. He's nothing been mentioned about him, but the lad can play. He's got a lot of skill, a lot of ability. He's very confident. I think he came over there. And Stuart Pearson won't have it all his own way against this lad, I can tell you that.
Right, we'll look for Mel Blythe this afternoon. The crowd are going to be enjoying themselves this afternoon because the atmosphere out there really is bubbling up now to a true, authentic Wembley occasion. We're going to take a short break, and after that short break, we're going to be back with all the news, all the action of this Wembley Cup final. Well, Wembley wouldn't be Wembley without those sort of supporters, and it wouldn't be Wembley without those sort of banners. All around the ground, particularly at the Manchester United end. These are the Southampton banners here, though. Plenty of them about. And I'm bound to say that Wembley wouldn't be Wembley without predictions as well. Don says Southampton, Jackie and Kevin both say Manchester United. We're going to go one step further than that, though. We've got an illustrious Dutch astrologer, George Boda, with us today as one of our guests, and with him now is Dickie Davies.
Well, thank you, Brian. I think I should straight away give the credentials that George Boda has for making this forecast. He said, well before the World Cup started in 1972, that Holland and West Germany would be in the final and that West Germany would win it. And he is Dutch, so they didn't like that too much. And he also forecast that President Nixon would retire prematurely, and he said that 2 years before he actually did. So let's ask you, George, how do you make these forecasts?
Well, I use a certain kind of horoscopes for them, and those are horoscopes I make for the cities. So in this case, I made horoscopes for Manchester and for Southampton, and I analyze them both, and I look which one is more favored during the match than the other. That's how I choose my winner.
Let me just come in here, because I gather you did forecast that the ground was not going to be in good condition. There were complaints about the ground. What did you say?
Well, I said that the playing would not be too brilliant because the ground would be in a bad condition, in no condition for brilliant individual playing.
Right, well, it just about is now. Can you give us the forecast for the match as we go through first half and second half?
Well, yes. Well, for me, there's not a shadow of a doubt that Manchester will win this year's cup. But still there will be plenty of tension, because especially in the first part of the match, until 25 minutes before 4 o'clock, there will be much blunders, near misses might have been, and so on. The ending of the first half will show us some very constructive football, and the probable verdict at half-time will be 1-0 for Manchester.
So Manchester will certainly score, you think, in the first half?
No, not certainly, because the really vital moment of the game is around 4:15.
Yes.
And it is so definitely stressed in the horoscopes that we might even expect 2 or 3 goals.
Right, so what you're saying is that the first half might be disappointing, certainly to start, and in the second half, this is when the climax of the...
That really is a breakthrough, and I think that after 4:15, the tension will be completely gone, because then it is certain that Manchester will definitely have won. So the last part of the game is more or less very quiet, and well, I discovered 2 really important moments for Southampton. That is about after 35 minutes, so that's in the first half, and then just before the ending of the game. But they will probably need an extra injury time to score a goal. That's how I reach my total verdict of 3-1.
Right, well, let me ask you to forecast a specific score for the game then, George, too. Can you do that?
For this game?
Yeah.
Well, I think the most probable score will be 3 for Manchester and 1 for Southampton.
All right, well, let's just go through that again. We might have a very indifferent start with teams making blunders. There is a chance of a possible Manchester United goal in between 11 minutes and 8 minutes in the first half. Southampton will be dangerous halfway through the first half. Southampton may have a near miss somewhere 35 minutes into it, and there may be a 1-0 win at half-time.
Yeah, that's...
Right, now into the second half, do you think this is the most significant part of the game?
Well, I think the most significant part of the game is just exactly at 4:15.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 14 minutes or 16 minutes, but around that point.
Right, so there could be a Manchester United breakthrough with possibly 2 goals at that point, and Southampton could score 1 goal in injury time. And you say that Manchester United will win by 3-1.
That's it.
Right, well, you've just said that. I wonder if we could go back and join Brian Moore now to find out what the panel feel about your prediction.
Okay,
George.
yes.
Well, you're all fairly practical men and realistic fellas. Do you take much credence by that sort of thing, Don?
Well, I've gone for Southampton, but I wouldn't go as far as he's gone.
I think anybody who's predicted as correctly as he has, obviously in the past, you've got to listen to him. But I'd love to know how he does this, how he works it out, because
well, we had
if
to
I
give
get
him
asked to tip again, I might get a couple right.
We had to give him the foundation date of both clubs and the actual birth date and time of each manager and so on. Jackie, does it impress you?
Very much. I think a lot of psychology in it, actually. If you had asked me, I'd have probably agreed. I could have picked it very much similar to the way he's picked it. I think there will be Manchester might score early on in the game. Exactly the way he's playing, I think he could be right.
I tell you what, viewers now who are going to be watching it with us this afternoon, we've given them an idea of how we thought the game might go, but is there one player in particular, if I can ask each of you, that to watch out for in particular? This fella either will turn the game or he'll give you something to remember from this game.
Well, I think Lou McCarry holds the key to me. He's a chaser, a runner, non-stop worker, and he supplies and gets involved in almost everything that happens for Manchester United. So Lou McCarry and Manchester, I think they've got to watch Mick Shannon, because I think Manchester will put so many people forward that I agree with the boss that occasionally playing long balls out of the defence, Mick could catch him. And I think his pace, and I've always considered him probably one of the best forward runners with the ball in the game, and I think his pace can tell. If Southampton are going to win, he's going to win it for him on his pace through.
The point that we were talking about last night, Jack, was the way Manchester United play the offside trap. But although Mick himself doesn't play that awfully well, he doesn't time his runs that well.
No, but he runs with the ball tremendously well. He's never been a great header of the ball for me, or a great turner with the ball as a front runner. But as a runner, there's not a better in the game, and especially a runner with the ball. And if they try and play offside and they leave Mick enough room and enough time, and he can get on the end of one, he'll leave the out of them. He'll leave them standing. If he gets one-on-one situations on this, you know, he could put Manchester in trouble.
Kevin?
I agree with Mickey Shannon. He's the one for Southampton for me. He's the one who can turn this game for them. Manchester United, I'm going to go for Stuart Houston. I think he is a lad who's very underrated, and I think people should watch for his distribution. I think it's tremendous, especially hitting Stuart Pearson's chest. He's a tremendous user of the ball, and he's the one I'd pick out.
Don?
Well, I think that I could make it 3 and go for Mick Shannon, but I think the man today that's going to do an awful lot for Southampton, if he plays how he can play, is Peter Osgood. I think this fella's got tremendous ability and skill to knock balls off at any height, to play balls through. He's good in the air, and if he really puts the work rate with his ability to do, he could do a tremendous job by helping Mick Shannon to get through and behind people. And I must agree with Jack. I think Mick Shannon running at people with the ball goes past them and takes them on in 1-against-1 situation is one of the best I've seen. But we were saying last night that whenever balls are in the middle of the field, then he makes runs through people, and without thinking whether he's going to be played offside or not. And many, many times in the England team already, continental teams have played well against us doing this, and the sweeper's moved up quickly, and Mick's been caught many, many times, and it'd be a shame today if he goes too early and too quick. Yeah. I think the lad Daly for Manchester United, for me, as I said, he's the most improved young player I think I've seen this season. He's in every situation, he's coming in getting balls, he's playing them through. He's like McCarry, he never stops running. But I think for me, Daly for Manchester United.
Don, can I throw you a sneaky question and tell me to mind my own business if that's the way? But as an England manager, are you going to be looking for anybody in particular to confirm anything that's already in your mind there today? Are you here, as it were, on an official duty as well?
Well, I think you've got to be. I think I've got to look as the game goes on too. I'm going to enjoy the cup final, but I think I've got to look at players who I've picked in the squad, like Stuart Pearson, Brian Greenough, Gordon Hill, Mick Channon. I think I've got to keep my eye on these four and just see if there's any little things that might help me and help them.
Yeah. The lads down there were all saying, we hope it's going to be a cracker, it's going to be a great... I mean, do you see it being a great game today?
That's the one thing I would never predict about a cup final. That you just cannot predict it. It can be terrible, it can be great.
It takes two sides to contribute as well. I mean, we came here 2 years ago and we thought we played well, but Newcastle played so badly on the day, way above what they're capable of doing, that it really wasn't a good game as such, and it wasn't really anybody's fault. You just can't account for feelings of players and everything.
Well, I think Manchester United will do the normal thing. I think they will go forward and attack Southampton. I think they don't know any other way. Southampton play a similar type of game, but whether they'll be allowed to play that game today might be a different matter. And if Southampton congest it all at the back, they might make it a little bit difficult for Manchester United to get room to do what they want to do.
Alex Stock was making a point last night, Don, finally, that Southampton have got to fight and, well, he didn't say kick, but they've got to fight and compete and do everything in the first 20 to 30 minutes, not to concede anything at all. Do you see the first 20 minutes as being absolutely vital for Southampton?
I think very vital for Southampton, as Jack says. Manchester United is so used to playing in front of big crowds, and the atmosphere at Old Trafford is absolutely tremendous, that Southampton might find this a little bit different after playing in front of 15,000 every week. And if they can get over the first 20 minutes and get over the tension and the legs being a little bit heavy and the breathing coming right, then it might be a big thing for them. So actually, I think Laurie will, we're hoping and praying that after 20 minutes it's still 0-0.
It doesn't matter if they score first, because Manchester United have proved that they don't care if they give a goal away, they'll go and get another one anyway.
Yes.
And they'll push forward, and if Manchester score first, the game's over.
I think if it's going to be a good game, for me, if it's going to be a good game, I think Southampton have got to score first. I don't know what would happen if Manchester United scored first, whether Southampton's heads would drop. I just don't know.
Right. Well,
I've been wrong all season. I'm sticking to Southampton.
You're almost saying that on the defensive, trying to defy us all now, Don.
No, I'm not trying to do that.
Trying to convince himself.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. The speculation will go on. We're going to take another short break, and when we come back from that break, we're going to soak up some more of this marvellous Wembley atmosphere out there. Stay right with us.